So you've had some key seniors leave, your starting quarterback, Conley Burrow, a bunch of other guys. How have you seen guys kind of step up and fill the roles that were left empty?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We started this in March and put together a new weight program. And the senior leadership we've had up to this point has been really good. So we've been fortunate that we've had 14 seniors return. And with that, some really good leaders, and they bought into what we're doing, and that's been a big key for us.
What is the goal going into the season? Obviously, aside from win the TBC, go have fun, playoffs. What's kind of the goal you're looking for the guys week by week?
Well, we're taking it day by day, and that's the way. When we're installing this new program, we got to start with the foundation, and we actually are going to have goals starting tomorrow because we said we're not going to until we put the work in, we're not going to set a team goal. So we're going to see where we're at on Monday. We're going to have the meeting, and we're going to talk about what we feel like our expectations are. But for me, us as a coaching staff, it's day by day, get better each day, learn a new system, and control the little things.
This one's for Zach. How are the offensive line and defensive line shaping out for the season?
The offensive line, I'm really liking it. We got a new player, Aaron Tobin. He's going to be a really big help on the right tackle. We got new linemen coming in from like last year, but other than that, we're going to be really good on the D line. I really like what we're going so far. We got a lot of speed on the edge, and we got power up in the middle. So we're going to be run stoppers, that's for sure.
This for Landon or Dustin, either y'all can answer. I asked your coach this already, but are there any games that you're looking forward to? I know your coach said Gallia game was kind of
big game. So Gallia and then Benton County. Other than that, every game is exciting, but definitely the two big games that we look forward to.
Coach, aside from, I would assume your leaders that you brought here with you today, who are the guys you're kind of looking to lean on this season, offensive, defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, obviously these three are big for us, and then we've got some guys too. Like I said, our senior leadership's been really good. We got the Howard brothers, who will be our running backs and linebackers. Aaron Tobin, who's been a big addition, came over from the basketball team, and he's a 6'5", 265-pound kid who moves really well. Has been a big help. Wyatt Koff came in. He was a wrestler for Meigs, hasn't played for a couple of years, and he's going to also start on our defensive line. And then obviously we got a brand new quarterback this year who's really bought in, has been a gym rat, who loves the whiteboard, understanding routes, coverages, and he's been a big, looking forward to him leading the offense.
Yeah. South from that Ironson, so you guys play Colbert. I just wanted last year. Great game, exciting. I mean, I know they ended up winning, but they lost their quarterback, which was big for them, and then got some running backs and they lost some linemen that they got back. You guys, what you have? What kind of thing do you expect out of that game?
Well, I've watched that film multiple times already, and it's even though I wasn't here last year, it made me sick, to watch that because of the lead that we had at halftime. But Colbert's always been solid. They've had a lot of tradition. They've basically ran the same offense, defense for a number of years. So going into that game, obviously our physicality, we got to make sure we can stop the run. And we've got to do a better job with the play action pass and the back half of the run for pass defense.
Coach, you talked about how you've brought in guys from other sports, people who haven't been playing. How are you as a first-year head coach able to go make that connection, be able to bring in and recruit extra guys like that?
Well, you just got to reach out to those guys, try to build relationships. The good thing for me is that I was at Meigs previous. I built some relationships with other coaches. So the coaching staff is new, but it's guys that I knew from before. So we've been able to kind of hit the ground running with some of the stuff we did back then. And I want all of our athletes to play ball. When you got kids walking the hall, they're like Aaron, 6'5", 270, he needs to be playing football. And I think you realize that now that he's out there, he definitely understands that he could be a really good football player. So building those relationships with the students, and we haven't even started school yet. So hopefully we continue to maybe get some other kids out in the future. So, but you got to start with building relationships first.
Let's talk about Jim, our brother, running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to be a run-oriented offense. It's going to be kind of an offense where Fridays in a row. Or what are you going to do?
If I'm being honest with you, we're going to do what the defense tells us to do. We base that off the numbers in the box and what kind of coverages they play. So, but we are not scared to throw the ball. And if anyone that watches our 2 previous scrimmages, they're going to see that we throw the ball around. And we're not afraid to tell people that. So we trust 8 to 10 guys on offense that we can put in the varsity game that'll catch the football, and we've done that from day one, and it's really starting to pay dividends.
This for the guys. What do you guys see as your biggest growth as a player over your career?
Definitely like my speed and just overall field intelligence, like just being able to read my keys and make the plays. Honestly, that's just probably the biggest improvement I can make.
Mine would be discipline. I mean, as a player, it's changed my game tremendously, and I think that was a huge factor in my game, why I'm better than what I was, and yeah, what Zach said, really.
I think mine is just route running, trying to hit the little things, catch the ball and turn upfield and try to score.
You guys started 0-4 last year. Quite obviously not the way you want to start the season. What measurements, what projects have you taken this year, do you know, to avoid slow start?
Like we mentioned before, it's with us, we're going to measure our growth in everyday gains. So, and then obviously when you get a chance to scrimmage and get things on film, you know, with us being brand new system, having it on film against varsity competition is going to be big for us. So actually we're looking to make a huge leap from this week that we had this previous scrimmage to the Gallia week, and then we're going to continue to grow that way. If we continue to take care of the little things and do things right, be disciplined in what we do, continue to work hard and have a great attitude and give great effort, the wins will come.
What's one thing you liked to see in that scrimmage? What's one thing you didn't like and you could improve on?
I loved our physicality. Our box physicality was really good. It actually surprised me the way we were able to stuff the run of times against the Marietta team. Is a traditional wing tee, and they try to run you over. I call the defense or the back end or pass coverage against some of the stuff that they do, the flood and the waggle, which I knew before we played them we were going to struggle with because we just didn't spend the time on the wing tee. But that's got to improve. But up until this point, our pass defense has been pretty solid in 7-on-7s and other things. It's just they caught us with some stuff we hadn't worked on.
When you play other PVC Ohio teams from where you guys are at right now, what's a sign from your defense that, like, hey, they're going to be prepared when they play this team?
Oh, reading their key. Look, our inside linebacker play, which is we're very fortunate to have Zach back. He was all conference last year, and you could tell his senior leadership, his understanding of reading his keys and knowing where he needs to be, and then his physicality as an inside linebacker. But then the other 2 guys, the Howard brothers, our other 2 starting backers, they're both seniors, but they haven't played. Like Wyatt got injured last year early. Wade did not play, but they're 5'11", 200-pound kids who absolutely get downhill and are physical. The more reps they get in varsity games, the better they'll be.
Yes. Awesome. Oh, Ben, go ahead.
This is your second year as head coach, correct?
First.
So what are you doing, obviously, to kind of change up the offense? Obviously, you lost your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? What strategies are you implementing to help your team get closer together, build that team bond?
Well, we changed what we're doing offensively to a system we feel fits our personnel. So we have a good young quarterback in Gunnar Cleveland, who, if you know anything about the Cleveland, started quarterbacks at Meigs now for several years. Several years. And there's actually another one that's in 7th grade that's a cousin. So there may be a starting Cleveland quarterback for 15 years in a row at Meigs, possibly. But either way, he's done a great job. His brothers started at Davidson in Colder, and that really helps. And then we have Nalen Yates, which is my son, who played quarterback over here at Ohio University as the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, and he's really helped Gunnar understand, and our receivers understand route running, coverage concepts, and what we're trying to do has been very huge for their development.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.